Happy Year of the Dragon and welcome to the new episode of the ElysianNxt Podcast. I'm Chris, the CEO and founder of ElysianNxt. Today's headline is the Year of the Dragon release of our flagship ElysianNxt. And we thought it was appropriate to call it the Dragon release because we're rolling it out to our clients during Chinese New Year. And I think the Dragon is a very appropriate name because it is a dragon. It's full of new features, new functionality, new calculators for our clients. And who better to join me in the studio than Nida? Nida is our senior consultant who has years of working together with our clients to implement our products. Happy you could join me today, Nida. So where should we start in the journey of the Dragon version?
So I think most of our IFRS 9 clients of more than 50 banks and financial institutions would like to know what is new with IFRS 9.nxt. So let's get an early glimpse on some of those items.
Our IFRS 9 users, they got a lot of more analytical power to challenge basically the ECL numbers that comes out of the calculators. I know that within IFRS 9.nxt, users also have the possibility to kind of override the outcome of the calculators or change the segments. We call it the overlays. Has anything changed compared to the previous version?
Yes, a considerable amount of improvements have been made. New features allow overlays functionality to be more flexible and easier to analyze impact. Let's have a look at some of the highlighted items.
One of the newly introduced calculators introduced in the Dragon version is the lifetime PD at origination. This might have a significant impact on the ECL number because the objective is basically to compare the lifetime PD at the date of reporting compared to the lifetime PD at origination. So any substantial change has the potential to elevate the credit risk and prompt a reclassification, so increase the ECL numbers.
That is correct. This is becoming more and more relevant as IFRS 9 has been introduced for quite some time, and the comparison is even more relevant.
So it's basically putting the dots on the I, because we know that majority of the big banks, they're struggling to get the ECL numbers out on time. So let alone to kind of start calculating lifetime PD at origination, comparing it to the current one. So with our real-time performance, so we are able to do it, within the reporting time. So it basically allows the users to follow the IFRS 9 Bible more strictly. Now, we've discussed IFRS 9. We also have lots of components under the Basel.nxt umbrella. What has changed under Basel.nxt?
Our Basel.nxt has grown, not just in size, but in its ability to cover more ground, providing you with a broader and more enriching experience. For example, the Basel IV revisions have changed the game for CRM, requiring more flexibility in configuration. Any possible combination of CRM methods and approaches you require can be made possible with our solution.
Nida, what about credit spread risk in the banking book? So this is very new. It's been imposed, I think, by the EBA. Can you tell us a bit more about it?
The CSRBB is new not only for us but for the entire industry. EBA has published a guideline on October 2022 with the entry to enforce of the end of 2023.
So end of 2023 was a month ago. So we are ready to calculate both interest rate risk in the banking book as credit spread risk in the banking book. And it's fascinating because basically both follow the same kind of 6 shock scenarios, following the same kind of EV and III outcome. So it's brilliant that we can do this both under the same framework.
Yes. Let's take a look at some of the goodies.
IFRS 9 and Basel.nxt both are sitting under the same platform. Can we dive a little bit into what has changed in the underlying .nxt platform?
A lot of enhancements are in the reporting capabilities of the platform. Let's look at some of the major improvements. Lastly, as part of the deck report feature, and the most exciting one for me as a person who sometimes has to investigate and analyze results, the pivot analysis drill down feature into the contract detail. Sometimes, while using the pivot analysis, you would see certain segments have higher or lower result than you expected. With release 10, you can drill down to see what contracts contribute to these odd outcomes and investigate further why.
One very important thing that the Dragon release brings us is the whole automation, the workflow automation. So which is gonna save our users tremendous amount of time when they start a new reporting period. So please let's explain it, what it means for them, the ones who have to, report monthly, quarterly, daily.
Let's explore the great workflow together. Firstly, from the feedback we received from users, we moved the reporting date feature to the reference tab, so non-admin user can also access them. An admin has the capability to assign permissions, enabling users to either view or manage reporting dates. When creating new reporting dates, users now have an option to automatically generate a set of text.
Wow! This seems to be a feature that our users would love when performing a daily run, a month-end run, or a quarter-end run.
Surely! Then after these texts are automatically generated in the process of the reporting date creation, these texts will have a proposed status as appear in the yellow circle here.
Wait! I've never heard of that. What does proposed actually mean?
As you can see, the proposed text will appear in a skeleton deck form. Inside each deck, you will need to confirm the configuration of text and model selected by the system, or select the new one as you see fit.
I see. And on the right side, it shows which one is selected by the system and which one is manually selected by the user. Then after clicking confirmation, you will get the deck ready for calculating. Nida, I'm so impressed. It looks so easy. It will save our users a tremendous amount of time every single reporting period.
We also got a feedback from users that they want to freeze deck when they are sure of the result to make sure no one changed the configuration. How do you think we should approach that?
It's a good question. I think I've seen something similar into the model space. If my memory is correct, I think it's called publishing of models.
Yes, that is exactly what we did. Welcome to the deck publishing era.
So in the year of the Dragon release, we also came with a brand new module, which we baptized data.nxt. In essence, it deals with all the data dilemmas that our users are facing with. Now, in a nutshell, how would you describe data.nxt?
So, data.nxt comes to the rescue when it comes to all aspects of data management. Whether it's data mapping, quality profiling and scoring, querying data and fixing those data, data.nxt can do that with the full audit trail and ensuring a 4 eyes principle.
Wow, it just seems to cover all the 360 degrees of data management. What drove us into the design and the building of data.nxt?
It's from the experience we have encountered during implementations. The bottleneck is usually in the data issues. The user who know the data is wrong do not have permission or access to correct those data. We have decided that data.nxt should be driven from the end user perspective.
That certainly is an interesting angle. At the end of the day, it's the end user who's responsible to report the numbers. Shall we have a look at it? Amazing. It seems that our users can do everything through the use of the user interface. So if viewers want to know more, how can they find more information about data.nxt?
Great question. You can learn more about our data.nxt in the latest podcast episode.
Oh, it's amazing what we all covered in this episode of the podcast. from the publication and the automation of DAX on the date of reporting, better analytical power to challenge the numbers until the publishing of the DAX to ensure that nothing is changed after you have reported the numbers, up to brand new components like data.nxt, which ensures the data lineage of the numbers reported, up to new calculators like lifetime PD at origination, or credit spread risk in the banking book, or a more flexible credit risk mitigation. I mean, wow. I mean, our development team has certainly, given it the extra mile to come up with the year of the Dragon version of our products. Nida, a million thanks for joining me today and diving into all these rich features and calculators that the Dragon version delivers to our users. To all our viewers, thank you for watching. And if you are interested in knowing more, please contact us or visit our website www.ElysianNxt.com. Thank you.